YouTube, man, this your boy Top Notch back with another video, man. Today's video, we got a special video for y'all today. And today's video, it's my favorite part of the time, favorite part of the season. NBA 2020 offseason is officially here. And this is where it gets juicy because we all know the NBA draft is around the corner. You know, free agents, a lot of good free agents on the board. A lot of crazy trades will be happening. And so today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 free agents the Los Angeles Lakers should sign this offseason. But before we start today's video, make sure you drop a like. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, pretty much we upload NBA content, NBA breaking news, football content, football breaking news, soccer, baseball, hockey. So if y'all enjoy that type of content, make sure you drop that sub and make sure you turn on post notifications. But enough of that. Let's get back into today's video. So, guys, we all know the Los Angeles Lakers have won the NBA championship of 2020. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to LeBron James. And, of course, congratulations to Anthony Davis for winning his first ring. Now, guys, even though they won the NBA championship, the Lakers could look like a totally different team coming into the 2021 NBA season. So, this is their roster on contract. These are the players that are on contract. LeBron James, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, JaVale McGee, Quinn Cook, Alex Caruso, and Kyle Kuzma. Remember, I said on contract. Now, the Lakers have some key notable free agents that you have to watch out for because if they lose these players, they could be in danger. But first off, we're going to start off with Anthony Davis. Now, he is technically a free agent, but we all know he's going to stay with the Lakers, so don't worry about that, Lakers. But you should worry about KCP, who opted out his contract. At some times, he was the third guy, and he was huge in the NBA Finals, who I think you need to re-sign. And in today's video, you're going to see who the Lakers should sign. Dwight Howard's another key free agent because we all know the Lakers, they were extremely tall with Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, and Dwight Howard. So another big free agent. Rajon Rondo is a huge opt-out. Obviously, he's going to want some more money. Jared Dudley, Markieff Morris, and J.R. Smith. So those are your notable free agents. And so say if all of these players leave, this is the video y'all came for. The free agents the Lakers should sign to continue to win more rings with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So first off, we're going to start off with Jeremy Grant. Now, guys, Jeremy Grant was on the Denver Nuggets, and I feel like Grant is a valuable piece to any team he goes to. Literally, he was a great fit for Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a great fit for the Denver Nuggets. And now he opted out his contract, and he might be leaving the Denver Nuggets to go to a new team. And I feel like, you know what? The Lakers should go after him. Now, the Lakers have quite options. I mean, they got their mid-level is still about $9 million. You could do a sign-and-trade option. And who doesn't want to play for LeBron James and Anthony Davis? Like, let's be honest. A lot of people will take a pay cut to win an NBA championship. So that's why I went with Grant. Now, Grant on the Denver Nuggets averaged about 12 points per game, shot 47% from the field, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists. Now, the only thing that's concerning about me is Grant opted out his contract because he wants to make more money. And let's be honest, guys, he deserves it. And when he was on the Denver Nuggets during the playoffs, the games they won is because obviously Jamal Murray and Jokic, but at the time, they didn't really have that third guy. And the games they won that they needed to was because Grant stepped up. And we all know Grant has potential to be a star. If he's not a star, we all know he has the potential. He is huge. He is versatile. He could shoot the three. He could shoot the mid-range. He could shoot free throws. He could guard several positions, 1 through 5. You just need him on your team. And I feel like if you lose a Markieff Morris or if you lose a Dwight Howard, you sign a Grant who could spread out the floor because we all know the Lakers, all they need is shooters around them and players that just play their role. And the Lakers will be winning another championship. So if you had a LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Grant to your team, maybe he could be your third guy because we all know the Lakers tend to struggle to find their third guy. It don't matter because they won an NBA championship. But if you want to keep winning championships, you're going to need to find these role players that are key. And Grant will be a huge addition to this team. And so if LeBron James is tired, during the NBA Finals, you put a Grant on a Kawhi Leonard or Durant. You put a Grant on Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Paul George or whatever, like all those great superstars. Not Paul George, but you know what I'm saying. Just great superstars. And Grant can, slow them down a little bit, but he ain't going to officially, stop them, but he can slow them down. So this will be a huge addition to the Los Angeles Lakers. Number 2 on the list will be Derrick Rose. Now, I see this happening very, very soon. Now, we all know the Lakers try to make a move during the NBA trade deadline. It just unfortunately did not happen. And there's some reports that are coming out that this trade is more likelier to happen this offseason because we all know Detroit they're going to let go of Derrick Rose. He just doesn't fit the system. And it's not because he's trash. It's just because they're trying to go younger and rebuild, and Derrick Rose just doesn't fit there. During the time, he averaged about 18 points per game. And the reason why I put Derrick Rose in there is because we all know one big opt-out, Rajon Rondo, he might not be coming back to LA. Hopefully he does, but these are the players to replace Rajon Rondo. Derrick Rose. Now, with Derrick Rose, I feel like the last two teams that he was playing pretty good on was the Knicks and Detroit Pistons. And the reason why he was doing so good is because he's the only one there pretty much. He's the only one that can get buckets like that. And so I don't think you're going to get the Derrick Rose that's averaging 18 points per game. I don't think so, because he's not going to have the ball in his hand as much as he does on the other teams. But I still feel like he's a capable backup point guard to replace Rajon Rondo. Now, carrying on, this is just to re-sign Rajon Rondo. If you can't get Derrick Rose, try to re-sign Rajon Rondo. Now, Rajon Rondo, he had incredible playoffs, incredible NBA Finals, and incredible playoffs, because what he has done, the Lakers were struggling without him. Let's be honest. Yes, they had Anthony Davis, and yes, they had LeBron James. But when LeBron James sat down and Anthony Davis was playing with the second unit, they sucked. They looked terrible. That Rondo came in and just facilitate. He got his teammates open, and he was just looking awesome. Even thing about Rondo, he even developed a three-pointer. Now, we all know Rondo couldn't shoot in the beginning of his career, but what he did in the playoffs and what he did in the finals was incredible. So hopefully the Lakers are smart and re-sign Rajon Rondo, but he is going to be a lot of money because he deserves it, what he did in the NBA Finals. Now, option 3 for a backup point guard. This one probably won't happen, but you should explore the trade at least. Dennis Schroeder. Now, the reason why I put Dennis Schroeder on this list is because we all know Oklahoma City Thunder, they're sellers. They're going into rebuild mode. They just want a bunch of draft picks and a lot of, young talent. So maybe the Lakers, say, you know what? Let's give up a Kuzma. That's just an example, but he's like, let's give up a Kuzma. Oklahoma City Thunder will most definitely take that because they're trying to go young. But for the Lakers, add a Dennis Schroeder who is used to being the sixth man, who used to coming off the bench. Dennis Schroeder does not need to start at all. Oklahoma City Thunder has about 18.9 points per game, 4.0 assists. Why not? Try to explore that trade if you can't re-sign Rajon Rondo. So those are the backup point guards so I feel like you should go after. Derrick Rose, maybe Rondo, and Dennis Schroeder. Some great additions. Carrying on, DeMar DeRozan. Now, DeMar DeRozan, he just has to decline his player option and he'll be a free agent. But it's most likely he will. He does not want to play for San Antonio, and I'm pretty sure he wants to win an NBA championship. And I feel like DeMar DeRozan to the Lakers will be a huge addition because, like I said, the Lakers, they got some money to use, especially their mid-level. It's about $9 million. Maybe you could use your mid-level on DeMar DeRozan. He has to take a pay cut, obviously. But if you want to win a championship, let's be honest, you're going to have to take a pay cut, and you're going to have to accept your role. And I feel like DeMar DeRozan will be able to do that. And I feel like he'll be a great addition because if we all know, DeMar DeRozan, the last two teams he played for was Toronto Raptors and now the San Antonio Spurs. And I feel like they just told him to be the guy, take us to the championship. And in Toronto Raptors, he's just not good enough. He's not good enough to be the main guy. But if you add him to the Lakers, he'll be the third guy. No pressure on him. This season, he put up some great numbers, quiet numbers, 22 points per game, shooting 53% from the field, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. This will be huge for the Lakers. I mean, you have that third guy when, LeBron James wants to take his nights off. You have Anthony Davis and DeMar DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? DeMar DeRozan, maybe if you're going to start him, maybe you put him at the 2, maybe you put him at the 3. Questionable, whatever you want to do. But we all know DeMar DeRozan can create his own shot. And that's where the Lakers struggled. Without LeBron James and without Anthony Davis, they can't create their own shot. Rondo was a great, we all know he was injured, and so that's why it was huge when he came back. But besides that, no other Laker could create their own shot. Maybe Kyle Kuzma, maybe KCP, but they had to get open. DeMar DeRozan, we all know his mid-range game is unstoppable. He's still a great slasher, and it'll just be a great addition aside LeBron James. LeBron James makes everybody look good, and you can get DeMar DeRozan his first ring. So that's another option the Lakers can explore. Carrying on from DeMar DeRozan, KCP. I feel like you need to re-sign KCP ASAP. He was huge for the LA. We all know he was huge for LA. I don't really got to say much, but hopefully you can re-sign him because if he leaves, this will be a huge loss and it will not be good at all for the Lakers. Also, keep Dwight Howard. I feel like Dwight Howard, the same thing with him. They're not telling him to score 20 points, get 10 rebounds. He's just playing his role, and that's what made Dwight Howard look pretty good this year. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make him get a big contract or a contract like 5 mil at least. He looked pretty good. All he did was protect the paint, get the rebounds, and pass it out to give it his teammates. That's all he needs to do. So him playing his role will be huge, but the Golden State Warriors are interested in signing him. So if you can't keep Dwight Howard, you will be in trouble because, yes, you still got JaVale McGee, but I feel like they're going to let go of JaVale McGee in some trade. So hopefully you can re-sign Dwight Howard. Now, we all know the players the Lakers should sign. Now we're going to go to players that they're not on their team. Danilo Gallinari. Now, the reason why I keep putting some Oklahoma City Thunder players is because, like I said earlier in the video, they are sellers. They have so much great talent over there that they are going to trade away to contender teams to win an NBA championship. Now, Gallinari already says he wants to win now. He would take a pay cut, and I feel like he would fit perfect with the Lakers. Last season, averaged about 18.7 points per game, and we all know the Lakers are not great shooters, but LeBron James is most likely to have the ball in his hand, and Gallinari all he needs to do is spot up. Hit the three in the corner. Do your job, and he'll fit perfect with the team. You can have a lineup of LeBron James, Gallinari, Anthony Davis. Like, that team will be huge. Like, it'll be a huge piece. And Gallinari is a very underrated scorer. Like I said, pretty much throughout his career, he averaged about 20 points. Like, that's huge. So you had that type of player to the Lakers. Great addition. Now, another addition I feel like the Lakers should explore will be Joe Harris. Now, Joe Harris will be huge for the Lakers because we all know the Lakers need some shooters on their team, and we all know Danny Green, his job is to shoot the ball, but he can barely do that. And I feel like Joe Harris most definitely could replace Danny Green offensive-wise, but defense, I think you still need Danny Green. But Joe Harris was pretty good. 3-point shooter, averaged about 14.5 points per game. And I feel like him in Brooklyn, I feel like he will be leaving that team, most likely because we all know KD. Irvin's over there. You still got Spencer Dinwiddie. You still got Karis LeVert. And I feel like you're just going to forget about Joe Harris. So I feel like, maybe what? Brooklyn might explore a trade or, Lakers might explore a trade to get some shooters over there. It'll be huge. It'll be a huge piece. The Lakers need shooters. That's all they need to do. I feel like it's easy to play for the Lakers. If you could just do your job that LeBron tells you to do and the coach tells you to do, hit your shots, it's pretty easy. Go win you another ring. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Harris on the Lakers will be huge. But now carrying on, this is what I feel like every fan wants. I feel like you bring back Cousins. Bring back DeMarcus Cousins. We all know DeMarcus Cousins got cut because of injuries. But say if Dwight Howard leaves and JaVale McGee leaves, yeah, you're going to be weak on center position. But who knows? DeMarcus Cousins comes back and be a huge piece for you. He's not a paint protector like Howard or JaVale McGee, but he can give you some points and he could play make a little bit. So you gotta keep at least Howard or McGee. Got to keep one of them. And then just bring back Cousins just for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? I love Cousins. I just want him to win that ring. So bring that. And lastly, I think you need to trade for J.J. Redick. If you could trade for J.J. Redick, who's currently on the Pelicans, and we all know J.J. Redick is a winner. I know he's disappointed that he didn't go to the playoffs, and he wants to win a ring. And I feel like J.J. Redick and LeBron James will play great together. You set Redick a screen. He's spot up in the corner. He could create his own shot. Like, it'll just be huge for the Lakers because Lakers need a bunch of shooters. So those are the free agents that I think the Lakers should look at if they cannot sign their key free agents. But most likely, try to re-sign Rondo. Try to, re-sign DeMarcus Cousins. Try to re-sign Dwight Howard. And, sign some key players like Grant, DeMar DeRozan, KCP. And maybe the Lakers will keep winning back-to-back. So let me know how you feel about this. Also, guys, if you want me to make more type of these videos about other NBA teams, let me know. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. I love you, and I'm out. Peace.